Welcome to Keeping Up with Union County. I'm your host, Daniel Montano with the Michelle Pice Group at Signature Realty. I have a special guest for you today for my Unionites, Jason Kryshiw. Hey, Jason.
Hi, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's an absolute pleasure, actually, from my end. We're going to be talking a bit about union, not so political. We're going to be really light. We just want to talk about how we can actually make union the best that it is and can be. So let's just jump in with Jason. So Jason, you are a Democratic County Committee member,
yes,
right?
Correct.
So I'm not sure what that is, so maybe you can enlighten us what exactly you do and what your role is in union.
Sure. So as of last June 2019, myself and 15 other people got elected to this Democrat County Committee position, which more people might commonly know as district leaders. And sort of what our role is that we each represent different districts and areas in Union, and we advocate for our area to the township, to the county, to the state if we have to. So we're just kind of like advocates for the area, try to do the best we can to, improve our district and sort of work for the people there.
Great. Sounds like a thankless job, actually. It sounds like you do a lot of stuff.
Sometimes, but I still love it.
Okay, good. So that's what you do with the town. You also are a full-time teacher at Kane University, correct?
Yep. Yeah, I teach over at Kane. I've been there for a couple years now, working in the life sciences department. I teach microbiology.
Wow. Okay, that's great. So, Jason is a mover and shaker. I always wanted to, I talk about not talking, but actually doing things, right? And Jason is putting his words into action. Can you tell about a little bit more of the community events that you've done or you've created with the town?
Yeah, sure. So, going back a couple of years ago, I just wanted to get more involved. Like, I'm born and raised in Union. I know you grew up here too.
Yeah.
So, Unionites like to help out other Unionites. So just try to, do some things for the community. So I guess the thing that's been going on the longest was this Santa at the Door project we do, which around the holidays we get a couple of volunteers who go around as Santa to deliver gifts to kids around town.
That's awesome.
I think as of last year we went to 200 something houses, had 500-600 kids we stopped off and visited. So that's been an awesome thing that we do every year. A couple of years ago we started the first resident organized Earth Day cleanup around town to clean up some of the parks and things like that.
Okay.
Another winter thing coming up too, we do the Snow Angels project, which is where we help go around shoveling out homes of the elderly or disabled veterans, things like that, people who couldn't do it on their own. So, stay active all year round.
So do you need volunteers? Like, was that something that you'd be, advocating for?
Yeah, definitely. For, anyone listening or watching, anything like that, we can always use more volunteers. You talked about people who say a lot versus people who do a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people always complain about things going on, very few kind of step up to do them.
Sure.
So we could always use, more volunteers.
That's great.
Especially with the sort of Snow Angels thing. That's a thing that's very labor intensive. A lot of people want their driveway shoveled when it snows, so the more people who help out do that, the more homes we can get out to help.
Okay, great. Yeah, I love hearing like your background because you are from Union and you've actually, it's a big jump from just living in Union to actually jumping into local politics.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the prime, I guess, motivation for you to even just jump into it?
Well, I've always been sort of interested in, politics and civics and getting involved in the community, from even a younger age. And I think once I was finished with college and graduate school and stuff, like I said, grew up here, so I've been here locally. I still live here now, and it's like wanted to give back to the community. So at the time, I guess I was 24, 25. Sort of just walked in the town hall and talked to some people about how to, get more involved, get on different boards or committees in towns, because that's, at the time I thought kind of the way it was done, which not to say it isn't, but, in a way being on those different boards and committees sort of got a little look behind the curtain to see maybe things that weren't working as well.
Sure.
And so it just made me want to go, seek out community leaders and just,
make a
regular
change,
people,
like,
make a change.
Be a positive change.
Yeah,
right?
get people involved to help out the town.
That's great. That's great. So, I guess the biggest thing is like, what is your biggest challenge as a committee member right now? What do you feel like we can do differently?
Yeah, the biggest thing, and we sort of just talked about it a little bit, was getting more people involved. And I think specifically for me and sort of people in our generation is getting younger people involved, or people who are in our age group. Because a lot of the time the people who kind of make decisions or are in charge of organizations or do things like that are several years older than us in some cases, which don't get me wrong isn't a bad thing. But I do find a lot of the time there is a difference of opinion between newer generations coming up, getting into their careers or getting out of school and sort of wanting to get back involved in the community. Maybe don't know how, or they can kind of get discouraged by these long time existing institutions that's hard to crack into. And so that's something I try to do in a lot of the community work that I do is show people, especially younger people in our age group, that you can get involved just by wanting to get involved and sort of being outspoken and volunteering. And I met a lot of great people through that to get involved. It's good seeing. I know like last year the high school had the walkout and protest a lot of the gun violence going on. They just a lot of the places around the state recently had like the climate strike and stuff, and that was like a lot of younger people getting involved in that. So I think people like that are out there. It's just a matter of stepping up, being involved in the community, voting, being aware of what's going on in your town and your area.
Okay, so again, we're keeping the theme of action. Mm-hmm. So let's say someone's watching this and they want to take an action step. What should we do, or what would be the first step for them to actually become active? Or would they reach out to you? Would they?
If people want, they can reach out to me. Jason Kryshiw. I'm on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everything like that. I also run the Union Residents Forum Facebook page. That's up to about 15,000 people. And so a lot of the projects that I do, I kind of organize with people through there, or get volunteers from that page. So that's like a good way to sort of see what's going on and get involved. But also for people who they don't have to go through me to do anything. If they want to get involved themselves, it's a good resource to post on their projects that you or anyone else might be doing to get the word out of stuff they're doing. And you'll be surprised. I think people are receptive when they see people wanting to step up and do action like we've been talking about.
I mean, the forum is a huge resource especially for the town, because I saw there was like 15,000 people on there.
15,500.
And like, you can literally, if everyone's behind a certain project, you can deploy those, all those people out there. So it's like, it's a definitely a good resource. I've used it every day. I know I see what's going on. It keeps me involved with the town. So that, definitely keep that going, because that's, that's a great tool for the town. So I guess the last thing I want to talk to you about is like, what do you have going on? What are the top 2-3 events that you're looking to do in the next couple months, and what you need from us, if there's any, potential activists here?
Yeah. So a couple of things coming up, like we said at the top of the program, a lot of things coming up in the winter around the holidays that we could use help with the Santa gift delivery or the Snow Angels shoveling project. Coming up more recently than that, on November 17th, I think the date is, I'm working with a lot of the PTAs in town, actually all the PTAs. They're organizing a charity basketball game with the Harlem Wizards. It's going to be at Union High School. So, like charity, celebrity basketball type game. So it's going to be the Harlem Wizards against a team of teachers and faculty from town. So, if you literally want to see the teachers get dunked on, probably you can, go see this thing. And, all the proceeds that we make are being divided up evenly 10 ways between all 10 schools in town. So at the elementary schools, the Jefferson, the middle school, and the high school. Dividing it all up to go to the different PTAs to help them do other projects for the schools, help the teachers and students there get equipment and resources to really, help all the educators in the town. So something coming up in November. So like I said, if you look for me on social media, on the Union Forum, it gets put up a lot. I think there's a Harlem Wizards Come to Union Facebook page where we post a lot of the information through if people want more info on that. So yeah, looking for people just to buy tickets, for sponsors for the event, because again, all the money goes back to the schools in town to help out with that. Yeah. So that's one of the main things, and just I guess in general, with our district leaders, like I was talking about that I am, 15 of us kind of newly got elected in June. So we're really out there just trying to get people more civically and more community engaged. So, our term lasts for 2 years, so we're going to be working hard over the next 2 years just to try to, reinvigorate civics and community organization and a lot of the stuff we talked about in the different areas of town, and hopefully just build up from there and get people more involved.
That sounds amazing, Jason. Mm-hmm. And you're not one of a typical politician, older looking guys. So I definitely connect with you, and I know a lot of the younger generation, the millennials, and even people a little older really connect with young blood looking to really take Union to the next level. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I'll make sure that all your contact info, so if anyone is looking to connect and actually get involved with the town, you can reach out to Jason anytime. But yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, awesome. You too. Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
All right. We'll be keeping the Union theme across the board today. So we're going to be talking about a home in Union. The property of the week is 453 Huntington Road. It's a beautiful 5-bedroom, 3 full baths, fully custom. It's built in 2004. It's very rare to get a brand new build in the 2000s. So let's dive into it. It's a bi-level home that's been fantastically and meticulously taken care of. Stainless steel appliances, a big open living room. The chandeliers are custom as well, so those are going to stay with the home. It has a really massive downstairs as well, so you can see that there's essentially 2 living rooms. That's going to be custom tile. Most of it's hardwood floors throughout. There's a bedroom, there's 2 bedrooms downstairs that are carpeted but can be easily replaced if need be. But the house is already in move-in condition, ready to go. It's listed for $534,900. We just had a recently open house with a lot of interest. So if this is something that would be in the market for when it comes to the Washington School District, which is the most coveted of all the school districts in Union, this is definitely the home for you. It's definitely built with family in mind. Sometimes even multi-generational. So if you have any questions or would like a private showing, please contact me. My number is 908-209-4355. I also can be contacted on all of my social media. Instagram, Upgrade with Dan. You can find me on Facebook, Upgrade with Dan, or you can just contact me directly via text or call. So this wraps up Keeping Up with Union County. Tune in next week. We'll definitely dive into more great things happening in our area, as well as the hottest properties of the area as well. So thank you, and talk to you next week.